Coming up on Mountain News this morning, one facility is protesting the pause for JobCore programs across the nation. And with summer here, one local organization is stepping up as many kids are at risk of not receiving meals they normally would at school.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning. I'm Amelia Lee here with you on this Friday, June 6th. It is 5:30 this morning, and Megan, I just don't like the mugginess. I just don't like going outside and feeling damp. But what is on our radar for today?
Well, unfortunately, that mugginess is not only going to continue this morning, but into the afternoon and into tomorrow. The better news, though, is that temperatures are going to be dropping as we're going through the next couple of days. So let's talk about it, right? Right now, we're looking at the 60s and 70s, which is the warmest that we've seen to start off your day. In fact, 70 degrees right now in Monticello, but the afternoon only looking at the low to mid 80s. We'll see those temperatures dropping into the upper 70s and low 80s tomorrow, and the trend will continue into Sunday. So there's the good news there. However, speaking of the radar, we do have a little bit of rain as we're traveling towards portions of Laurel County this morning, and we'll continue to see rain chances increase as we are heading into the afternoon with storm chances in the forecast. So let's kind of plan out what you can expect if you're heading to Harlan for the Poke Salad Festival. We'll start to see some scattered chances for rain in the morning around that 8 o'clock mark, on and off throughout the day. Starting to see some chances for scattered storms returning into the forecast around 1. Now you'll notice it's just going to be on and off throughout the next couple of hours, a trend that will gain a little bit of strength as you head into the evening, seeing some storm chances as you head overnight and into your Saturday. And then again, more storm chances for your Saturday morning, starting to taper off as you're heading into the midday hours of your Saturday, with more chances as you head into the evening hours of your Saturday. Amelia.
The Bell County Sheriff's Department is investigating a hit and run. Deputies say a woman was run over around 5:30 yesterday morning at Casey's gas station in Middlesboro. She was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The vehicle left heading toward town. Investigators released those photos on your screen. Dispatch now says the individual in the photo has contacted the sheriff's office. We will update you when we learn more. A deadly moped crash is under investigation in Laurel County. Kentucky State Police say 74-year-old Ronald Begley was heading north on North Laurel Road when he hit the back of a Chevrolet Trax that had stopped to make a left turn. Begley was not wearing a helmet at the time and died at St. Joseph Hospital. The driver of the other vehicle was not injured, and troopers say there is no evidence that drugs or alcohol played a role. State police are investigating a deadly crash involving a four-wheeler. It happened just before 2:30 Wednesday afternoon along Highway 27 in Parker's Lake. Officials say an SUV crossed the center line to avoid a crash with another vehicle when it hit a four-wheeler driving on the other side of the road. That four-wheeler driver was ejected and pronounced dead at the scene. He was identified as 70-year-old Roger Dale Stanton. An SUV passenger, 77-year-old Linda Joyce Monkreis, was also killed. Another SUV passenger was flown to UK hospital. A man charged in connection to a deadly crash in Laurel County has pleaded guilty. Wesley Allen pleaded guilty to vehicular homicide last month. The crash happened in November 2023, about 4 miles west of London. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office reported Allen crossed the center line, hitting a car driven by Fred Johnson of London. Johnson was pronounced dead at the scene. Allen faces a recommended 15-year sentence. A former assistant county attorney in Pike County was sentenced to 5 years in jail for evidence tampering in connection with the death of his wife. Last month, Donald Kyle Deskins entered an Alford plea to have a murder charge against him dismissed without prejudice. Judith Deskins died in April 2021. An Alford plea means Deskins maintains his innocence but admits a guilty verdict is likely. The 5-year sentence was handed down in Perry County Wednesday. The defense had asked for just probation. Deputies in Laurel County arrested a man after they say he refused to leave someone's home. When deputies arrived, they learned 52-year-old Christopher Combs was still inside the person's house. Deputies found Combs locked in a bathroom. He now faces criminal trespassing charges. Officials say Combs also had multiple outstanding warrants. Those are in Kentucky, North Carolina, Tennessee, and Georgia. A new Tazewell, Tennessee man faces charges accused of throwing a bag of meth out of a car during a chase. The Claybourne County Sheriff's Office says Robert Peace was speeding near Highway 33 and Lone Mountain Road when a detective tried to pull him over. Investigators say Reese sped away, throwing a bag of meth out of his car window. He was eventually caught and arrested. He's now charged with possession of meth for sale and delivery, along with evading arrest, speeding, and misuse of vehicle registration. Pulaski County Sheriff's Office arrested a man for distributing meth reportedly supplied by a source in Louisville. Deputies say the investigation started early 2025 with the help of ATF officials. Identified 56-year-old James Bradley Townsend as the main suspect. ATF federally indicted Townsend in May. He's charged with conspiracy to distribute a methamphetamine mixture and distribution of a methamphetamine mixture. The Beshear administration is now advocating for PreK for all. It's an initiative that aims to advance child education as well as advance the economy. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino spoke to officials at an event in Hazard about why preschool is so important.
No matter a child's family background or zip code, officials say all children should have the same opportunity for success. Many say that starts with early childhood education, and the PreK for All initiative would help.
It's the right decision for our kiddos, it's the right decision for our families, and really it's just the right decision for our future.
Officials say that the time a child is 5 years old, 90% of their brain is already developed. Lieutenant Governor Jacqueline Coleman has a 5-year-old who has been in preschool and has seen it firsthand.
And I see the opportunities that she has, the learning opportunities, the social and emotional growth that I've seen out of her in the last year, and I want that for every Kentucky kid.
Officials say this opportunity will give children the cognitive and early educational steps that is essential for their future.
When a 4-year-old walks into a preschool classroom, they're not just learning shapes and numbers and colors. They're making real connections, like biological connections that shape the way they learn for the rest of their entire life.
Supporters say this not only helps the kids, but can be an engine for economic growth. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
Senior advisor Rocky Adkins says the 18 other states that have early childhood education like preschool have also seen a 10% growth in the workforce. Kentucky Attorney General Russell Coleman is urging Congress to invest more in youth drug prevention. Coleman joined attorneys general from 36 states to support the Youth Substance Use Prevention and Awareness Act. He says it builds on Kentucky's Better Without It initiative, a campaign using NIL deals and youth partnerships to promote a drug-free lifestyle. The bill would fund federal grants for educational outreach to help reduce youth drug use across the country. A Floyd County facility is protesting the phased pause for JobCore programs across the nation. Current and former employees of the Carl D. Perkins JobCore Center in Prestonsburg gathered with signs yesterday asking the community to support efforts to save the JobCore. The demonstration comes after the facility's employees received a warn letter this week, and as the workers see a little hope on the horizon, now that a lawsuit has been filed to block the phased pause.
You know, to displace so many young adults and then the jobs, you know, our jobs in general. I mean, you know, it's very detrimental not only to us but to the region as a whole.
The pause would impact more than 150 employees at the facility and more than 130 students. The program will not know its next steps until after the case is heard on June 17th. And you can find a statement from Congressman Hal Rogers about the situation on our website, WYMT.com. The Veterans Affairs Clinic in Hazard is moving from its old building on Black Gold Boulevard to its new location off Highway 80. Officials say that the approximately 1,500 veterans who are assigned to the Hazard VA Clinic should have received a letter about the move and a point of contact. We are told no veteran appointment has been canceled due to this move and that there will be no disruption to care during the transition to the new building.
And if that means moving to a location where we can provide more services, I think that's part of that. We really care for the veterans that we serve. They've earned and deserve a high quality health care, and we all collectively at Lexington VA work together to do that.
We have more details on our website, WYMT.com. Now that summertime is here, many kids are at risk of missing meals that they would usually get at school. But a local nonprofit is working to keep bellies full while classes are out. God's Pantry Food Bank opened 30 additional sites throughout the state in partnership with local libraries, churches, apartment complexes, and community centers, offering free meals and snacks to anyone under 18 years old.
1 in 4 children are at risk of missing meals. And that risk heightens during the summertime. A 7-year-old child came up to me and said, "Thank you. Thank you for providing me food. Because of the food that you help me eat, I do better in school."
You can go to the God's Pantry website to find a list of the summer feeding sites closest to you. The food bank has dozens of locations throughout eastern Kentucky. Buckhorn Lake State Resort Park is once again opening to the public. The lodge has been serving as temporary housing for February flood victims. A post on Facebook says lodge rooms and cottages are available. A popular exhibit at the Kentucky Derby Museum is back open after temporarily closing for Churchill Downs constructions. The museum stables features a miniature horse named Mighty Arstids and a rotating President Thoroughbred. It's been part of the museum experience since 1985. The Winner's Circle exhibit is also newly updated with a painted replica horse, video of Sovereignty's victory, and unique artifacts on display. Tickets are now on sale for the Kentucky State Fair, and there's some big names coming this year. You can grab tickets right now for just $9. Admissions prices will go up to $12 on July 21st. The Kentucky State Fair in Louisville is from August 14th to the 24th. You can get your tickets and more information at kystatefair.org.